What's up, guys? Taysa and Avery here, coming at you with the presentation on thunderstorms and hail.
Be sure to like and subscribe and comment down below on something that interests you.
The Earth system's science behind thunderstorms and hail disasters involves interaction between the atmosphere, land, and moisture.
There's a subtle difference between how a thunderstorm is caused and how it's formed. Here's a breakdown. The main reason why a thunderstorm develops is the atmospheric instability. The instability is triggered by factors like uneven heating, which is when land heats up faster than water bodies, creating warm, moist air pockets near the ground. And then there's lifting mechanisms, which is when mountains or cold fronts can act as elevators, forcing warm, moist air upwards into cooler regions. These factors can create an environment where air can rise rapidly and cool, leading to the conditions necessary for a thunderstorm to form.
Once the atmosphere becomes unstable, the actual process of a thunderstorm forming involves several steps. Condensation and ice crystals. Rising air cools, leading to condensation of water vapor into water droplets. At higher altitudes, these droplets freeze into ice crystals. The updraft bounce cycle. Strong updrafts keep ice crystals and water droplets moving. Ice particles collide and stick together, growing larger. They also encounter supercooled water droplets, liquid water below freezing, that freeze on contact, adding mass. Hailstone growth. Updrafts carrying growing hailstones upwards where they encounter colder temperatures and can grow even larger. They can fall back down through the cloud, encountering more water droplets and potentially breaking apart or acquiring additional ice layers. The size of hail depends on the updraft strength, the amount of supercooled water droplets present, and the hailstone's path within the cloud. Rising air and cooling. As warm air rises, it cools due to decreasing pressure. This cooling condenses water vapor into clouds, releasing heat that further fuels that updraft.
Within the storm structure, there's an updraft core, which is the central region with strong rising air currents that fuel the storm's development. Next, there's a downdraft, which is the region of cool air sinking towards the ground, often bringing heavy rain, strong winds, and hail. Finally, there's an anvil cloud, which has a flattened ice crystal layer on the top of the thunderstorm. It's shaped like an anvil due to the strong winds.
Many people live in areas with high risks of thunderstorms and hail. A few reasons for this are many areas prone to thunderstorms and hail also have desirable features. These can include fertile land, plentiful water, or a mild climate for most of the year. Even in dry areas, thunderstorms can be beneficial for replenishing groundwater. Building codes and storm shelters can significantly reduce the danger from hail and thunderstorms. Weather forecasting allows people to be prepared for storms and take precautions. Some areas prone to hail may also have valuable resources for economic opportunities that outweigh the risk. This could be fertile farmland, mineral deposits, or a desirable location for businesses. Land in areas with high hail or thunderstorm risk may be cheaper than areas with a lower risk. This can be appealing to people on a budget. People living in these areas are aware of the risks and take steps to mitigate them by using hail-resistant roofing materials, having storm shelters, and staying informed about weather forecasts.
There isn't a way to completely prevent thunderstorms and hail, but there are ways to be more prepared. Building codes in hail-prone areas often require hail-resistant roofing materials and stronger structures. Communities may also have warning systems to alert residents of approaching storms. While we can't control the weather, some human activities may influence hail patterns on a regional level. This is a complex area of study, but some research suggests large-scale changes in pollution or land use could have an indirect effect. People can take preventative measures to protect their property. This could involve installing hail guards on windows, covering vehicles during storms, or trimming tree branches that could become hazardous projectiles in high winds. Hail insurance can help offset the financial burden of repairs after a hailstorm. There is ongoing research into how human activities may be affecting hail patterns. Changes in global temperature could potentially influence thunderstorm frequency and intensity, which might indirectly affect hail occurrence. However, the link between climate change and hail is complex but not fully understood yet. Some studies suggest that air pollution might play a role in hail formation by affecting the size and numbers of ice crystals in the clouds. More research is needed to confirm this connection. Overall, while human activities might have some indirect influence, there is no clear evidence that we are directly causing hailstorms or worsening their severity.
What to do before the storm? Stay informed. Monitor weather forecasts and warnings issued by local authorities. Hailstorms can develop quickly, so staying informed is crucial. Home fortification. Review your property and take steps to minimize damage. Building codes. Building codes that mandate hail-resistant roofing materials and window coverings in hail-prone areas. Strong building codes can significantly reduce structural damage. Preventative measures. Take preventative measures to protect your property. This could involve installing hail guards on windows or using storm shutters, trimming tree branches that could break down and become projectiles in high winds, securing loose outdoor furniture and decorations to prevent them from becoming airborne, and bringing in potted plants or covering them for protection. Evacuation plans. While evacuation isn't typical for hailstorms, have a general plan in case a severe storm with high winds or tornadoes is also forecast. Identify a safe place in your home, like a basement or interior room, away from windows and doors. Emergency kit. Prepare an emergency kit with essential supplies like flashlights, batteries, non-perishable food, bottled water, and a first aid kit, and a battery-powered radio in case of power outages.
What to do during the storm? Seek shelter. If you're caught outdoors, immediately seek shelter in a sturdy building or your car. Avoid open areas, trees, power lines, and tall structures. Protect yourself in a car. If you're in a car, pull over to a safe location away from the trees and power lines. Stay inside of the vehicle and crouch down below the windows for preparation from hail and debris. Stay informed. Continue to monitor weather updates to stay aware of the storm's movement and intensity.
What to do after the storm? Stay clear of downed power lines. Avoid downed power lines in flooded areas to prevent electrical shock or injuries. Report damage. If your property is damaged, contact your insurance company to report the damage and begin the claims process. Document damage. Take photos and videos of the damage of your property for insurance purposes. Seek help. Don't hesitate to seek help from friends, family, or neighbors with cleanup efforts, especially if you have extensive damage. Community resources. Check with your local authorities or community organizations for assistance programs or resources available after a hailstorm.
When cleaning up, avoid going on your roof unless you have proper safety gear and experience. Damaged roofs can be slippery and dangerous. Consider hiring a professional roofer to assess and repair any damage. Clear away debris like fallen branches, hailstones, and broken glass carefully. Wear gloves and sturdy shoes to protect yourself from cuts and injuries. Board up any windows to prevent further damage from the elements or potential intrusion. Damaged siding may also need repairs to protect your home from the weather. For hail-damaged vehicles, contact your insurance company and a reputable auto body shop for repairs. Hailstones can melt and cause moisture buildup in your attic, walls, or crawl spaces.
Just a few months ago, on February 11, 2024, a severe hailstorm outbreak pummeled central Texas, and they experienced hailstones exceeding 2 inches in diameter, causing widespread damage. This event ranks among the most damaging hailstorms in recent Texas history.
What went well? There were accurate forecasts. The National Weather Service issued timely and accurate warnings, giving residents advance notice to prepare for the storm. There was also great community responses. Local communities mobilized quickly, with emergency services working to clear roads and assess damage. Residents offered to support neighbors that were affected by the storm.
What could have been done better? Damage mitigation. The extent of the damage indicates that some areas may not have been fully prepared for the severity of the hailstorm. Encouraging hail-resistant roofing materials and promoting community education on hail mitigation strategies could have been beneficial. Shelter availability. Information on the availability of public shelters during the storm is not readily available. Investigating this aspect of preparedness would be helpful. Rapid damage assessment. While initial responses were positive, streamlining the process for damage assessment and insurance claims could help the recovery process.
Lessons learned. Continuous improvement in forecasting. The accuracy of weather forecasts allows for better preparation, highlighting the importance of ongoing advancements in weather monitoring. Importance of community preparedness. Encouraging hail-resistant buildings, practicing and educating residents about mitigation strategies can significantly reduce damage. Streamlining recovery efforts. Developing clear protocols for damage assessment and insurance claims can expedite the recovery process after a hailstorm. Since this event is so recent, the full picture of its impact is still emerging. However, the initial data highlights the ongoing challenges of hailstorms and the importance of continuous improvements in preparedness and response strategies. Thank you for tuning in to Thunderstorms and Hail by Avery and Taysa.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and drop a comment down below.
Thank you.